Okay, everyone, bonjour. We had another amazing weekend of ice skating at the Grand Prix de France, which took place in Angers, France, from November 1st through the 3rd, 2024. We still have the non-competitive event happening on Sunday, but the competition portion is now over. And it was a bit of a chaotic event, so let's get right into it. I am so excited to talk about it with you. This is the third Grand Prix event in a series of 6 events leading up to the final Grand Prix finale in December. I wanted to start with some general comments first. This event took place in Angers, which I believe is to the west of Paris, which is kind of like in the middle left part of the country. I noticed that the condition of the ice seemed really good this year, and the arena was really beautiful. I found the crowd to be very, very attentive. They were boisterous. They were applauding. So that was really, really nice to see. I love when the skaters get support. They train so much alone. So when they're finally getting to these competitions, it's great to see when the crowd truly appreciates them. Another thing I love, it sounds like the same lady announcer, but her voice tone is just so sing-songy. She's like, Francois Pitot, next, and then whatever else she's going to say in French. I don't speak French, but I just love the tonality of her voice. It just makes it's kind of comforting. I don't know if each host country has the same voices to be their announcers, but they always sound the same to me. Or maybe they just get different voice actors or announcers who have similar voice tone. But anyway, just something small to notice. I thought the kiss and cry, while not, exorbitant, was very classy, very classic. I would expect nothing less of France. And so that was really exciting to see as well. Let's get right into it with the women's event. It was so chaotic. It was so fun. It was so exorbitant and dramatic. With a total score of 210.44, the USA's Amber Glenn, at the ripe old age of 25 years old, won her first Grand Prix. So she's medaled before but never won. And I am so proud of her, y'all. The prayer circles worked, the drum circles, the prayer beads, the repentance, everything worked to try and help get Amber to this place in her career. There was a lot of chatter online with disappointment that Wakaba, our second place finisher from Japan, didn't win. She had a total score of 206.08, getting one of the best scores of this comeback that she's been making very successfully. Now, I don't agree with the chatter. I think Amber won because of her gigantic lead in the short program. She got a score of 78.14. People were saying that her combination looked under-rotated in the short program. I didn't see it. I rewatched it over and over, and she looked rotated. The one thing about Amber is she does have really big jumps, and people were saying, oh, well, the judges just gave her the benefit of the doubt. But truly, I don't think it was under-rotated. Regardless, you guys, I think I'm just happy for all of our top 3. They did amazingly. And in third place, also from Japan, Rion Sumiyoshi, with a great score of 201.35. This was a really banger of an event. All 3 medalists broke 200. We actually had events like, for example, Skate America, where no one in the top 3 broke 200, or no one at all. So this was a really competitive event, and it was super fun to see. Did y'all see Amber in the kiss and cry with her coach during the short program when the scores were announced? They were just so ecstatic. It was just truly one of my highlights, and it was so very interesting. I loved seeing it. Let's get into the final scores. In 4th place, barely not making the podium, just under 2 points, is South Korea's Cheon Kim with a score of 199.99. She had a very strong short program. She was second right behind Amber, but unfortunately just couldn't keep it up in the free. She had a few mistakes. There was actually a fall on one of the jumps, and she just looked a little bit just under her normal performance level. So just not having the best skate here, but she should still be very proud. In 5th place from the US, our own Sarah Everhart with a score of 196.94. She should be so pleased with this. She got fourth in both segments of the competition, but ended up overall in fifth with a score of 196.94. I really liked her short program this time. I think she performed it a lot better. I think she is bringing out more of the energy in it. The long program to Firebird still just is not a winner for me. I think it will be, though. I see what she's going for. She did a few flaps of her wings, because she's a bird, right on the cue of the music in the long program, and I thought that showed great promise. I did watch an interview with her recently. Sarah is very, very, knowledgeable. She knows that performance quality is her weakness, so it will be very nice to see her work on that as the year goes on. But she didn't fall on a single jump. I guess the announcer said she did fall on a triple loop while practicing, so she should be very proud of her performance here. She did a great job. In sixth place, still not medaling, I'm just so sad, is Nina Pinzerone from Belgium. Her compatriot Luna Hendricks ended up withdrawing, which is how Sarah Everhart was able to attend and compete. But yeah, Nina's score of 184.67, getting sixth place in both segments of the competition. She's a really, really consistent skater, but unfortunately, she is getting a reputation for getting dinged on the jumps. So she just is constantly, think of it like a slow leak. She's just constantly getting small amounts of points taken off from her score, and it's just keeping her from breaking into the podium. But truly a promising skater. I'm very excited to see where she goes from here. Still don't particularly love her long program, the Handmaiden's Tale, which is not the Handmaiden's Tale, but overall, very happy to see her here. In seventh place, probably my favorite Japanese skater, and I know that's controversial because she's not at the top form where we've known her before, but I just love her, is Mai Mihara with a score of 174.93. There was a point in the short program right when she did her opening combination, even though it was called under and I think the wrong edge, but she kind of pumped her fists and was cheering for herself, and she just seems like such a sweet, kind, intuitive, really cool person. Now, who knows? None of that could be true. We don't really know these skaters personally, but I just think whatever energy she gives on the ice is really, really charming, and it just lends itself to skating very well. From Georgia, we have Anastasia Gubanova with a score of 173.21. She was ninth in the short program, so not having a wonderful short program, but seventh in the free, so moving up just a bit, and I am very proud of her scores here. In ninth place, from Switzerland, we have Livia Kaiser, one of the best dressed skaters out there, with a total score of 168.27. And rounding out the top 12 is all three French women. In 10th place, Lorene Shield with a score of 164.32. Leah Serna, who I love, with a score of 160.91. And a new skater I had never seen before, Clemence Mayendou from France, with a score of 121.43. I really enjoyed Clemence's short program. It was to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever type program. It was very entertaining. I think she gets good speed. So it's just, she's going to be needing to work on the jumps and kind of put it all together. But I know the announcers said her just making this competition was truly just a highlight of her career already. So kudos to her. All right, next up, we're going to have a replay from the women's event. We would be remiss not to show Amber Glenn's stunning triple axel, where she got a very high grade of execution in the short program. So let's take a look. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the men's event. Our very own from France, Adam Chauhim-Fa, with a score of 246.58, got first place here, winning the Grand Prix de France, and I am so excited for him. He is just coming back from injury, and the announcers kept giving him props, which I appreciate, for not, making excuses, quote unquote, and just really doing a good job here. Now, overall, the scores in the men's event were really low. I think 246 wouldn't have even podiumed at some of the past Grand Prix. So just kind of interesting here how the ladies' scores were a lot higher. They skewed higher than the previous two Grand Prix, and the men's event scores skewed lower. Now, Adam did not have a very good short program. He actually skated in the first group in the long program. So the fact that he came out on top was a really successful win. He did a backflip in his long program, which is a dune long program. I actually really loved the dune program. It is done by French choreographer Benoit Richaud, who also does Nina Pinzarone and Brady Tennell's programs. And I gotta say, we have so many dune programs to choose from, but I really liked this one. In second place, one of my favorite skaters from Japan, Koshiro Shimada, with a total score of 233.84. He's definitely scored a little higher before, but again, overall a great score for him, and he should be happy he got a medal here, eking out the second place finish. In third place, from the USA, we have Andrew Torgashev with a score of 233.64. I gotta say, I really did not expect him to medal here. I'm not sure if he expected to medal, but, congrats to him. He's definitely a very, steely skater, and he shows a lot of tenacity, but I just didn't expect him to get a medal. So congrats to him, and I hope he's very satisfied. All right, let's go ahead and review the other scores. In fourth place, one of my favorite skaters from Kazakhstan, Mikhail Shaidarov, with a total score of 231.86. He actually got fifth in the free program and sixth in the short program, but did move up to fourth. I love this skater so much. He truly has the makings of a star. He has the jumps. He has the tech. I think sometimes his performance facially is not always the best, so he could work on that. But truly, some of the most intricate transitions, and I truly like this skater. So I am sad he wasn't able to podium here, but he should still be proud getting fourth place. In fifth place from Japan, we have Kazuki Tomono with a score of 231.48. In sixth place, from Italia, we have Nicolaj Memola with a score of 227.62. This skater really drew in my attention, particularly in the long program, where he got second place with a huge score of 158.91. But unfortunately, he got 10th in the short program, so he just wasn't able to move up enough to medal here. But I truly love his jumps. They're huge, powerful. I'd also be curious to learn how tall he is. He looks very tall on the ice. And I did hear the commentators say that he's possibly coached by his mom, or maybe she provides some kind of coaching or mentorship. But I thought that was kind of interesting. With the Olympics coming up in Italy in 2026, it'll be super interesting to see how Nicolaj progresses as this season and next season continue. In seventh place, who did a great job in the short program, he got second in the short program, was Alexander Selevko. He got a total score of 226.11. So he really just lost a medal chance in the free program, really struggling on some of the moves and just not the best for him. However, his short program score is actually quite competitive, 85.73, not bad at all. In eighth place, also, dropping down so far, was Boyang Jin with a total score of 219.05. It was so sad. He won the short program with a score of 88.12. When Boyang Jin is on, he is on, and just such a force to be reckoned with. He also had a beautiful costume in the short program that we will review later. And I just really like him a lot. I'm so sad that he dropped down so far, but always a pleasure to see him. In ninth place from Switzerland, who I did hear was also struggling with an injury to his knees, is Lucas Britschke with a score of 212.94. He got sixth place at Worlds this year, so he's definitely struggling. I do feel like it's injury related. He seems like a very thoughtful and kind of steadfast skater, so I do think that he can improve. In 10th place from France, we have Luc Economides with a total of 205.55. He truly has some beautiful programs and some beautiful moves, attention to detail, skating skills, but he just can't put it together, and the jumps really seem to hold him back. I cannot complain, you guys. He finally got a new free program costume. Luca Economides was listening. I'm not saying he was listening to Kelly Commentates, but he definitely, took the feedback, or perhaps his costume was always going to change, but it was just, stuck in the tailor's workshop. But I really liked the free program costume. At least I'll take it. You know what I mean? But can we please get rid of the black fingerless gloves? That is my only request. He skates, I think both programs with black fingerless gloves. It totally does not match. It just gives messy. It gives, I don't know, building a fire in a, in a trash bin type thing. I don't know. I just am not into it at all. But I will take it. It is an upgrade from the usual, all black or black and white he wears. So I will take it. Okay, on the next slide, I would normally show you a jump, but I'm actually going to show you kind of like a rest break from Adam Xiaohimfa's free program to Dune. He actually almost he fake dies in the middle of the program, and I found it so dramatic, so entertaining. I just love him. I feel like he's so charismatic, and it truly added to the program, but I want to hear what you guys think about it. So without further ado, please take a look. Okay, guys, if you'd be so kind, please leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think of that little kind of break in the program. Thank you. Okay, let's go over pairs. No surprise here from Germany with a total score of 211.69. We have Haza and Volodin doing a great job here. I thought they got a really good score. And if you notice, 2 of the 3 top pairs broke 200 points. So I think that was really successful. It was a little competitive, so I liked that. In second place, we have Conti and Macchi from Italy with a total of 203.39. They got a season's best score in the long program and did a very good job here, able to sneak away with a silver medal. And in third place, also from Italy, we have Gallardi and Ambrosini with a total of 176.62. This was not, their season best scores for them. However, they should be very satisfied with coming out with a a bronze medal here. All right, let's go ahead and go over the other scores. In fourth place, not able to podium here, having kind of an iffy competition, was Efimova and Mitrofanov with a total score of 171.92. They were able to medal. I think they got third place at Skate America 2 weekends ago. So a little bit disappointing here. They just kind of seemed a little off, especially Elisa. So I don't know what was going on, maybe some nerves, maybe fatigue. Who knows what it is? The ice, as they say, is slippery, but I am a little disappointed they weren't able to pull out a little bit more here. In fifth place from Canada, we have Perriera and Michaud with a total of 170.67. They got a total season's best score in the short program of 64.38. So they should be very proud of that. In sixth place from Uzbekistan with a total of 161.99, we have Ganesh and Chigirev. Here is a little bit of tea. I am researching Evgenia Medvedeva for an upcoming video, and apparently she's been dating the male in this partnership, Chigirev, who's also Russian, Russian Uzbekistani, since 2023. So that's kind of cool. I always think it kind of makes sense when skaters date skaters, just because it's such a specific lifestyle, I would imagine. And truly, who else can truly understand what they go through except other skaters? In seventh place and eighth place, we have 2 French pairs with Kovalev and Kovalev with a total of 157.04. And last but not least, Fowler and Bell with a score of 128.72. On the next screen, we're going to see a video of Conti and Macchi from Italy from their long program where they get a huge triple twist, level 4, and a grade of execution of 1.2, and a very nice triple loop throw with a grade of execution of 1.5. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about ice dance. I am so happy. From France, Lopareva and Brissaud with a score of 195.27, taking home the win here. They did such a great job getting season best scores in both segments of the competition. They seemed very pleased, and while I will say overall the scores here are not really going to be world podium ready, you kind of need to break into the 205 to 210 range to really have a chance at Worlds. I think this is a really good step in the right direction for them. They're such a fun team, they're so interesting and charismatic, and I can't wait to see what else they can do. Their programs, of course, are choreographed by Cizeron from the legendary team Papadakis and Cizeron from their own France. So definitely taking advantage here of that home crowd and just doing a wonderful job. In second place with a score of 189.08, we have Vignard and Fabri from Italy, doing an excellent job as well. You know, can't complain about a silver medal. However, the overall total score was a little low, so this is definitely something they're going to want to build upon. And in third place, I am so excited. From the US, we have Brady and Somerville with a score of 185.88. I'm so happy for them. They did not have a good last competition at Skate Canada, him falling twice, but here they were able to go ahead and get on the podium, and they're a really exciting team. I think he's a really wonderful skater. I love their free program to L'Homme de Bas, which you can see their costumes here. I love that deep burgundy red color. They're definitely one of my best dressed, just overall for the season. On the next slide, we're going to see the first two opening looks from Lopareva and Brissaud's free program. We've got really good grades of execution ranging between 1.6 to 1.8, so please take a look and enjoy. All right, let's get right into Fashion Watch with my highs. So today I'm doing highs and lows. This is the short program costume for Kazuki Tomono from Japan. And I have to say, this is literally everything that I want in a male figure skating outfit. It's fun, it's inventive, it's colorful, it's unique, it's dynamic. I actually think this is probably my favorite costume so far of the season. I wish that I had a better picture of it. I do apologize about that, but just wanted to show it because I love it. Another high was just this beautiful blue, which dips down into purple dress from Mai Mihara in her short program. Again, so sorry I don't have good pictures of it, but her styling was just absolutely perfect. She also had really beautiful nails. She had like dangly, I think, teardrop earrings. Like just everything about it was perfect. And I really liked the colors she chose, the way her dress dips compared to Rion Sumiyoshi's short program dress, which was like a neon type color. I just did not like it, but this one was really good. I would also say just generally that blue is the color of the season, which makes sense. Blue looks really good on the ice. My next high is Livia Kaiser's short program dress. To me, this is how you do black. I'm so sorry I don't have a good picture of it. It's so blurry. I couldn't find a good one, but it just has so much dynamics to it. I love the fit. I love how there's like slash marks on it, but beautiful beading. To me, this is perfect. And I always love Livia Kaiser's outfits. Okay, does Jin Boyang's outfit have to do with how well he skates or something? He won the short program in this beautiful, it sort of reminds me of like a male kimono type vibe. I love the like light blues with the light powder blues with the darker blue. Just gorgeous, and I thought he looked like $1 million. Okay, it makes me sad that France's Francois Pitot did not have a really good competition here, but dang, did he have a beautiful long program costume. I love the sheer, how it's mainly sheer, and you can't even see the sparkle with my crummy photo, but it was so bright. This green, like kind of emerald green color, especially with Wicked coming out soon. I just loved it. And it's for a Matrix program, so it fits perfectly. Okay, on to the lows. Now, please note that I don't hate any of these costumes and it's really just for fun, so please don't take it too seriously. However, this is just so, like, such a yuck. I'm like, no. I do see what they're going for. It has potential, but it is just so ugly. So this is a low for me. Okay, someone please research ASAP and promise me this is not Adam Xiaohimfa's final short program costume. This is giving Russell athletic. This is giving homeless, chic. This is giving Kanye West. I understand he's like trying to be a breakdancer, I suppose, but don't you remember the breakdancer from the Olympics? Come on, I mean, she went viral and she just proved, even though if you're a breakdancer, you can have nice style. I like her little matching outfit here. So Adam Xiaohimfa, please get a new short program costume ASAP. Okay, y'all, I am so sorry. Are they on here twice? This is horrible. It is a tutu. It has silver and black stripes. It has what looks like a pasty on her chest area. At first I was like, well, maybe it's not so bad. And the more I looked at it, the more puzzled I became, the deeper and darker I went into the abyss of my mind. And I was like, no, this is no good. It almost looks like a penguin costume from that new Max show. So this is a hard pass. All right, guys, final thoughts. I think Grand Prix de France so far of the first 3 Grand Prix events is my favorite. Now, the scores and the ice skating wasn't necessarily the best. However, just the up and down nature of it, it really felt like a cliffhanger for each event. I just thought it was really entertaining, and I really thought that the arena at Angers was really nice. I loved the crowd. I thought they were very supportive. Some of the camera angles, I know someone made a video of like the shady camera angles they were doing. Did you see the close-ups they were doing on like people who are obviously not expecting to be on camera? And it was so funny, but also kind of sad, like they were doing that. I love the announcer's voice. Again, I just have to mention it, like, Amber Glenn has ended the short program. And she's saying it obviously in French, but her voice is just so sing-songy and beautiful. Obviously, I'm elated for Amber Glenn. You know, there's controversy over whether her scores were warranted or not. Well, let's just say it's a good thing that we're not all the judges, are we? And if you know anything about Amber Glenn, you know how far she's come and how hard she's worked to get to where she is. I'm going to end with a short clip from one of her recent interviews that kind of explains a little bit more about how like difficult this has been for her and just how big of a win this is for her. Not only did she win here, but she fought through her long program. So I'm so proud of her. By now, we're going to know some people who are going to be at the Grand Prix finals. So we know for sure Wakaba Haguchi with a gold and a silver is definitely on her way to the Grand Prix final in December. I am so excited for her. I would love if she got a medal there. I think that would set her really well, up to hopefully please be on the Japanese women's world team in 2025. I'd love to see her come to Boston for that. I think that ice dance was interesting. I'm so glad that Lopareva and Brissaud were able to get a gold in their home country. And this was just overall a really great event. So I'm going to go ahead and end with Amber's video. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. I want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. It means the world to me. I've been thinking of making this channel for forever. And so each and every person who comments or subscribes or anything, I just want to say thank you. I am so appreciative. Over and out. This is Kelly Commentates.
And then it was something that it wasn't a perfect performance that I had always dreamed of and thought I have to be perfect in order to win. So to be able to have it, thinking it slipped away from me, and then finding out like, no, it still happened, I did it, was just, the emotions, it felt like were heightened to 1,000,000.
Well, that's I mean, there's so much in that I want to tap into. First of all, congratulations. Second this is a sport that so often is judged on perfection, right? It's a sport of perfection, of precision, but we know as humans, like, that's not realistic. And so I'm curious for you, as you've been so open about your mental health, is how do you train mentally to be able to kind of bounce back in those moments? Because like you said, you thought it slipped away, but then it was right there. And that's a battle in the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, jumps are milliseconds. It is such a short period of time, and we're out there for 4 minutes. So those milliseconds are so minor, but they mean everything. So to just have that mental focus is extremely hard. And as someone with ADHD, it's kind of hard, especially in a giant arena. You're smelling the popcorn, people are talking, there might be a crying baby, and I have to try and lock in as well as be musical and try and think, I'm thinking, oh, I need to look good as well. Oh, I need to smile. Oh, I need to... It's a million things in one that's so hard to do, especially in a moment that you're nervous. I mean, I'm there trying to do my makeup beforehand and my hand's shaking. So then now I'm on this tiny blade out there doing all sorts of flips and tricks while I'm already shaking, nervous. It's something that when I take a step back and look at, how is this humanly possible?
Right. That's what we're all thinking too, by the way, when we're watching you.
I mean, it's like when I watch Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how is this humanly possible? But it's something I've done for almost 20 years.
Right.
So it just kind of comes naturally. But it's a struggle that even after doing it for 20 years is something that I have to face.